just one big story, isn't it?
Hi everyone, welcome to the Story Connection. I'm your host, Danna Wilberg. Well, everyone has a story, and today's story is about compassion and determination. Nate Wren is going to share how his life changed when he began running and how one promise changed history. Welcome, Nate Wren.
Hi, Donna. It's great to be on the show.
It's great to have you here finally. I've been following you for quite some time, and you are just a legend. Just a legend. But I want you to tell everybody, how did you get into running?
Well, it's kind of a ball player at the end of my rope, and I always ran to cut weight, and I did it to stay in shape. And I was competing with these elite runners, and I ran with like $10 starter shoes, and Chuck Taylors, like the ones I'm wearing. My first races, I'm competing against these elite runners, and they had sponsors, and people pay their stuff, and they got $200 shoes. I saved cans, I mowed lawns, I did odd jobs to pay for races, and I did the best I could, and I was injury prone because all the other sports I was doing at the time, and I kind of washed out, and at 24 I made a comeback and started surprising people. And then in April I met this poor kid who was really sick, and told him I'd win him a race, and got the idea I should run for a day, and nobody did it at the time in Bakersfield, especially at the relay. Several supposedly better than me, told me that they failed miserably trying and there's no way I could do it. 2 weeks notice, I decided, okay, I'll do it. Everybody laughed. Even my mom kind of was like, yeah, you're tough, but good luck with that one, son.
Oh boy.
So I went out there and I just shocked the world. I just gave it everything I had.
So you ran 24 hours.
Yep, straight.
What was that like? Now, did you run around a track?
A track. And
oh, boy.
Full of a lot of holes, which just really messed up my ankles and my knees. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, so what was the result of that? After the 24 hours, did you get sponsors, and did that change for you?
I raised a lot more money for cancer. I started to get some opportunities. I did traveling more. I was getting more well known. I developed a following here, which I was surprised. A lot more people knew of me. Even the president of the American Cancer Society was a fan of mine. Gary Rady, and I was shocked. I was like, huh. So.
Well, you know what? That's a big step. And people who are that devoted and that dedicated to making a difference shine. And you're just, to do that selflessly for someone that you really don't know that well is just that's an incredible gift and sacrifice.
I didn't stop there. Like 3 weeks later, I was back on the trail running races, and did Tehachapi's.
Now, Tehachapi is one of the, is that for cancer? Is that
yes, it's a relay. They're smaller than Bakersfield. And I did that one for my coach. His wife was a cancer survivor. I was so messed up, but he was asking me to do it, and I was like, he understood if I wouldn't have done it because I was really messed up. Shouldn't have been on the track.
Yeah.
But I was even having second thoughts, and I went on the kitchen and get something at night, and I saw the purple shirt and the cancer medal, and I was like, I'm going to do this one for Coach and his wife. So wakes me up, taping me up before the run. I was like, I run, lost count after 8 miles, so I started over again, and I ran 32 instead of 24.
Oh my goodness. So what was your time? Did you win? Did you?
Higher out to everybody gave up, so I won.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got in papers. Then I went to Mexico. Friend Rocky Molina, I told you, got me down there to do the Herrero Cancer Run. I did great there. Gave a speech in front of like 2,000 runners and over 10,000 spectators. And it's kind of funny, my translator, Rocky. Yeah.
So you speak fluent Spanish?
Si.
You do? That's cool.
I'm like a little like Charlie Sheen. I'm a Nate Estevez.
Well, we're not going to stir up dirt about the McFarland team, but you actually tried out for that, didn't you?
The movie? Oh, yeah.
The movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still am trying to figure out what they were thinking with that one.
Well, it was a good movie, but it's a shame I didn't see you in there. That would have been really fun.
Not for them. They couldn't keep up.
Now, you are also an actor.
Yeah,
What kind of parts have you played?
I played this character from The Adventures of Nate named Nate. I played a serial killer. And did a lot of stunts and martial arts, and I had a lot of interesting roles. It was fun. I had my ups and downs. Acting's really hard, and I just got so busy with the other stuff like relay and all the sports. I just had to put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
It's not.
One of the things, you've posted some pictures on Facebook of you and your sister, which, is just so touching because you're always doing something to help her, whether it's helping her race, helping her, I think, did you take her to her high school dance or her?
Oh, those are graduation.
Her graduation, yeah. I mean, you're always involved with a lot of the things that she does. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, she was a runner like me. She once did a half marathon in place, not even training, for 6 months. She didn't do anything. And she did pretty good. Then she did the summer series, 2 races in. Then she couldn't walk anymore, and she got really sad because she was 1 race away from getting her stuff at the summer series, and she was just so depressed. And I was like, 2 races left, we're going to do them both. She's like, how? There's mountains, there's sand, there's rocks, there's idiots running. And those McFarlane kids. Yeah, I had fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I dragged her through all that and pushed her in a chair that wasn't even made for that. And I put it up some impressive times.
That's that's dedication. And what a wonderful brother you are.
And I even got her a couple medals during races in 10Ks.
Wow. How did that work?
6 miles.
Okay.
So I had to pass. We have to start in the back because everybody complains, says, "Oh, the guy and the little girl in the wheelchair are slowing us down," and it's kind of funny how I end up passing them all. And yeah, I get her first place in her age division against some really good runners. And
oh, that's great. So are you still running? I know you do some cage fighting as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I was training, and I got sidelined because of an injury back in December, and I don't want to go too much into that, but it was mostly boxing at the time. And I was supposed to go down to Mexico and train with Rocky Molina and Rock Solid Fitness. They do a lot for charity. He takes these kids who have very little, and he gives them something in their life, and he does really great things. He inspired me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to fundraise for those poor kids and get them shoes like I got so they could run, and get them great gloves that'll last them a couple of years, and give them a shot at something. So that I never.
Who was your inspiration?
Oh God, that right there is a tough one. Probably running wise. Caitlyn Jenner, Steve Prefontaine. Dang, that's another.
Was there
Frank
anybody
Shorter.
who took you under their wing?
Craig Weinman.
Okay.
He saw me running in Converse, and he gave me my first pair of running shoes. And when I lived up here, I ran 8 to 20 miles a day just to get around, to go work jobs, and they were miserable. Dealt with all sorts of stuff. Then I go to the gym after work, right after. Then I go to the boxing gym next door and train for hours, and every day. Didn't have any rest days.
So this photo with the big check, what was that all about? Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Raised over like $952,000 or something dollars at Relay this year. Last year we raised over $1 million, but they didn't. I don't know why they didn't have me take a picture with that check. I'm still wondering, but oh well. Whatever.
Well, it looked pretty impressive. I'm sure you had a lot to do with helping to raise that money.
Yeah, I inspire a lot of people to donate. After I did it last year, a lot of people called in and were amazed and donated more money, and I was surprised. And
how long is that race?
That was 24 hours. I ran over 100 miles that day.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw.
So that's the 24-hour one?
Yeah, I did over 100 that day. They're telling me I did close to 115, but all I did, I just kept going. I was hurting. I kept going. I was telling myself, shoot, my legs are killing me. I'm seeing stuff. I'm hallucinating, but I think as bad as anything those kids with cancer are going through. Some kind of
Oh, gosh.
just keep fighting. And I saw I was giving them hope. And I had so many Forrest Gump moments. I had these people come up and just tell me their stories, try to keep up with me as long as they can. Then the next person comes in. I had so many conversations I still don't remember to this day. But Saturday at this concert, 2 people gave me the greatest advice, Nate. You inspired me and you changed my life. And I was actually thinking, oh my God, I wish I remember what I told them that day.
Well, you know what? When you see someone who is that devoted to making a difference for other people, it's contagious. You know, everybody wants to be that hero. And, you know, you certainly live up to your promises.
Yeah, I was injured on 2 weeks' notice. Some of the local experts told me I was 2 years away from even being ready. And it's like training to fight somebody who doesn't know how to box to, hey, you got Pacquiao in 2 weeks, good luck. Then you pull up the upset of the century like Juan Manuel Marquez. So I just don't know what to do now. I want to recover and heal, hopefully. Maybe run across America one day. Raise money and awareness for cancer. And we're working on a documentary, a book called Running the Storm, and it will talk about my whole run and why I did it. And the story, the stuff you didn't see me do, like behind the scenes, like the running, the fighting, the training. I didn't just run. I did all these things what my daily life was like. And I was living off top ramen and peanut butter and jelly. And you see all these other runners with sponsors and money and just living life great. And I'm just doing all these things just to get around, and they complain about every little thing.
Well, do you think you're going to eventually get a sponsor, or is that something you want to steer away from?
Oh, I don't know. Sponsors, they're just never, you can do everything you want and they're never happy. But if I do, I'll do my best to keep them and give profits to charity, because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
My book, I'm making arrangements to percentage of each one of my books sold will go to the local cancer center in my area.
You've already started writing it. Do you have any idea when it'll be finished?
Probably a year from now, maybe.
Okay.
Benjamin Krieger's Warrior Innkeeper Comics. Look out for it. It's called Running the Storm.
Okay.
It has a lot of the things I went through over the years, from training to fight, coaching, just running, wrestling, and all that. Then my comeback and all the things I did after. So
all the things that you've done in such a short time, people, usually spend 10 to 20 years accomplishing, and you've said it, crammed it into a short period of time. Yeah.
Broke
really
like
great.
4 records in under a year.
Wow.
So yeah.
Which records?
Bakersfield's relay.
Okay.
I did one in Ensenada. Sacramento's, Tehachapi. Yeah, that's mainly what I did. And
Susie, cancer research. Is it cancer research?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only organization that you run
the
for?
American Cancer Society.
Okay, American.
Oh, the one in Mexico I did for, and my friends at Rock Solid Fitness in Mexico. I plan on, if I come back and run again, I want to run 24 hours in Ensenada so I can raise money for their cancer, because they don't have much over there. Those people, they have it really hard, and those kids, I got to give them something in their lives and give them hope. Like, no one gave me a shot. I got passed up as a kid. Look at my middle school coach now, just looking his head down every time people tell him, didn't you pass Nate up? But yeah. So it's just funny. You never know how life is. Those kids you just wouldn't give a chance will just come back and surprise you.
Absolutely. And sometimes I think the universe works that way. If sometimes when it's given to you, you don't work as hard. When you really have to strive for it, whether it's to show somebody or just to prove to yourself that you're very capable of doing it, you work harder.
Yeah, I never got any parts given me. Even up here, which I'm surprised, I was like, wow, I'm one of the few people over here that could do his own stunts and do everything that's asked of him, but you give it to the guy who doesn't do any of those things. So I guess that's who you know up here, but I'm not worried. I'm doing better things, and I'm actually helping people, so I really don't care.
Oh, that's good.
But
Well, we love you.
yeah, all right.
Let's talk about your comic strips, because you crack me up.
yeah.
You come up with it's not just the characters you have in there, but it's just the dialogue between people. You know, it just makes me giggle.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing comics, and how do you pick your characters?
I started doing it. I wrote in high school, but I really didn't care much. I did a couple pilots for like comic strips that didn't get picked up. Then I had one that did, and my artist decided he wasn't feeling it anymore. And when a publisher offers you a check and tells you, Nate, you're going to be set, and your artist isn't feeling it anymore, and you get up like Rex Grossman from Tropic Thunder and you just tell everybody how you feel on the phone, yeah, you got to go your own way and do things on your own. That's the only way to get things done. So,
Yeah.
The Adventures of Nate somehow came out of this. It all started with West Ramsey, then Randy. Then I ran into some blonde at the Sacramento Film Festival, and I'm not talking about Bunny. Her name was Danna Wilberg. She's all,
oh boy.
This is what she did. She's all, you look like this guy from the cartoon, The Adventures of Nate. And I was like, who? I never heard of this Nate guy. And I was like, and she's like, you look exactly like him. And she showed me the pictures, and I was like, I'm going to sue that jerk for copying me. And I had her going with this, and I was like, oh, by the way, Donna, I'm Nate. Hello.
I know. I was like blown away.
2 weeks later, maybe it was under 2 weeks later, I had you in a comic.
Yes, you did.
Recurring role.
Yeah.
Then I got Bunny and a bunch of Mamie, Jean.
Yeah. I actually have the first comic strip that you did with me, and I have it framed on my desk. I absolutely love it.
Still waiting
I
for
treasure
that
it.
Nate doll.
I am. I'm waiting for the Nate doll.
Yeah, a couple actors. I don't know how they did this in Sacramento, but they got the Nate Wren voodoo doll, and I still feel it.
Oh.
It's like they just keep putting pens in my back or something.
No. We want the one that we can hug and cuddle and carry around with us.
I don't know. Dan might be like getting ideas about that poor Nate doll.
He's referring to my husband.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Well, you've got so many things that you're doing, Nate. I'm just, as just a person, outsider of just looking in at your life, I'm inspired by you, because you're young and you just keep going, and nothing really, you get knocked down a lot, but you're always there getting right up. And I want to know, what motivates you?
Well, people told me at Relay I represent that fighting spirit. I probably shouldn't have been in there. I know I shouldn't have been in there. I was really messed up on 2 weeks' notice. 2 days before the race, I was boxing a kickboxer, and he took out my knee. Right after I got a knockdown. Dirty move, but I made myself do it. I could have used 100 excuses to give up and quit, and the medics trying to stop me. I even told the medics, if you stop this race, oh, you're going to need that stretcher, because I made a promise to a kid with cancer, and you're not going to stop me.
Oh, wow.
I told people it'd take the Grim Reaper himself to stop me, because I'm not going to let these people down.
Wow.
I had that fighting mentality like Jerry Corey, getting outclassed out there, but I end up going the distance and proving something to everybody.
Is there something that you've got, something you really, really, really want to do that you haven't done already?
Run across America or run the perimeter. Then if I can do that, Canada. I'd do Mexico, but I'd have to have some like serious patrols behind me.
Yeah.
I do not want to go too far down north.
Yeah.
Or Brazil.
So what's the longest distance that you've run?
115 in a day. Before that race was...
Most people don't drive that far.
Before that race, it was 15 miles on a random day up north in Yuba City, because I was bored and I had a day off. And I went to work the next day after running 15 miles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, probably not the best idea, but I made myself go through it. Every day's a fight, and you just have to find your reasons to fight.
I get that. Yeah. Wow. Well, we've got some time left. Is there any roles that you've wanted to play? Is there any other things that you've wanted to do that are inspirational?
I was working on my documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I was calling it Finish Strong because I always, no matter how bad I was beat, I always finished strong and made people go, "You just ran 24 hours and you sprinted to the finish line? Are you like Forrest Gump?" No, I'm way better looking, but we'll get more to that. I wanted to be in one of the Danna Wilberg's films. Yeah, I think we could do like a short Donna and Nate, the Adventures.
Okay, we'll do the UFO one because I really like that one.
Yeah, we could have Bunny Carly do the makeup.
There we go. I love it.
Yeah, I could throw Jim Meyer into something.
That'll be a lot of fun. Well, why don't you give your information and let everybody know how they can reach you, and maybe perhaps be in one of your cartoons.
If you want to be in one of my cartoons, like my fan page on Facebook, The Adventures of Nate. If you want to help the kids in Mexico I was talking about, go to Rock Solid Fitness Fight page or find me and I'll send you the page. And could contact Rocky Molina, a great guy. He does some amazing things. He took some kids with nothing and now he's got one kid who became an engineer, one kid who's on his way to become a doctor, and one that I think he got a culinary degree and he's a really, really high-rated sushi chef in Ensenada. And they do a lot of great things out there. And you can donate to the American Cancer Society, Bakersfield Relay for Life, to Tehachapi Relay for Life. Sacramento, which was a small relay, but I told them, hey, it's not the size that matters, it's the heart.
There you go. I love
the spirit.
Very good. Awesome. Well, let's give some information about the Story Connection, shall we?
The Story Connection airs the second and fourth Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our companion show, Paranormal Connection, airs the first and third Thursdays of each month. Each episode repeats the following Friday at 1:30 p.m. and Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Watch these programs online at the same airtimes by going to accesssacramento.org and clicking Watch 17. In the Sacramento region, you can see us on Comcast Channel 17 and on AT&T Channel 99. You can find previously aired shows on the Story Connection YouTube channel. For information on upcoming shows and previous Story Connection guests, go to storyconnectiontv.blogspot.com. You can contact us at storyconnectiontv@gmail.com, and don't forget, find us on Facebook, become a friend, and become a fan.
Well, with the short amount of time we have left, the show is about inspiration and compassion. Do you have somebody in your life that really drives you? I know you're very close to your sister, but is there, what is it about these kids that makes you want to just really do well for them and to really raise money and help them?
Sadly, a lot of those superstars like Mr. Billion-dollar NBA player, hockey, or whatever sport it is. Mm-hmm. How often do you really see them try anything? I don't have much, and somehow I do these things that inspire people to give them money, and I can't explain it. It's like why does Joe Namath play so good on bad knees? Or why is Kanye West somehow called a genius? I'm trying to figure that one out myself, but these kids don't have anybody to look up to, and I'm trying to give them something positive. And Rocky Molina inspired me. Kurt Nelson, my coach in Tehachapi, inspired me. My mom helped me out a bit when I needed it. My little sister always fighting on. My friend Irish Abe Baxter, who passed at 31. He's a great cage fighter, trained with Liddell at the pit in San Luis Obispo. Retired at 28 on a big win over a great fighter, and 3 years later he tells everybody he has cancer and he dies like 2 weeks after that. I was like, holy crap.
God, that's sad.
Yeah, Irish Abe had a lot of potential. Cancer affects anybody, whether you're a fighter, little kid, old person, actor, model. So many greats have died of cancer. So it's a sad cause, but people like you, that help bring families a little relief and a little hope
It's always a good thing.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I've been labeled the Great White Hope. I don't think that's a good label for me because
Well,
I'm.
you're awfully tall, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah, too tall for my own good sometimes. Always running into stuff, yeah. Yeah, your stage guy put one of the lights low and I kind of knocked it down. Sorry about breaking that light though, Donna.
That's okay.
Your producer could worry about that though.
Oh, that's, what's her name?
Yeah, I'd like to blame Don. That was all his fault. Don, the stage man, shaking his little fist
No,
at me.
Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of time, so we're going to say goodbye. But I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And truly, just keep doing what you're doing because we absolutely love you.
Well, hopefully I can make a difference one day and do something great. And who knows? We'll see.
Great. Thanks
You
so
have
much.
to tune into my next adventure.
Taste too. I want to thank my wonderful crew for coming out today and volunteering their time. I've got Laura and Ted, Laureen and Don. You guys are rock stars, and Rick, of course, and I don't know what I'd do without you. So I want to thank them, and also thank you for watching, because it's people like Nate that, spread the word. There's really good people out there, with all the sadness going on in the world. Just remember, there's people like Nate. All right, with that, we're going to say goodbye. Good night, everyone.